Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Frank's Collecting Castle. My name, as always, is Daniel, and today it's the second and final part of my Conan the Barbarian collection. So we're going to go through all of these books today. So pretty much all of them are from Dark Horse. This is basically the complete Dark Horse collection. So I guess without further ado, we're going to start with one book that is not Dark Horse. This is Roy Thomas' Barbarian Life, a literary biography of Conan the Barbarian. This is volume 1, as you can see. So this is not a graphic novel. This is not a comic book. This is Roy Thomas, who was a writer for Conan for a long time. And he tells the tales of writing the book in this book, writing Conan in this book. And then it's volume 1 because this is 3 volumes. Now I only have the first volume of this. I've not read. You see there's some pictures in it, but this is just a regular book about his experiences writing Conan the Barbarian, which is pretty amazing. It's a thick book. It's well over 300 pages. Yeah, well over 300 pages. And it's 3 volumes. That is pretty much something very different, you know? You don't see that a lot. I'm gonna pause here. I'm gonna pick up a couple of other books that I forgot. Be back in a second. I forgot these books. So when Marvel had the license to Conan, not only reprinted the old material they had in the omnibuses that I showed you in the last video, but they also started their own new series. Of course, this was volume 1 of Conan the Barbarian with writing by Jason Aaron, and it's in a Assad Rivich artwork here. You get the spine and you get the back. Unfortunately, it's, a standard US trade. It's small. The pages are so thin. Here we get the creative team. We have Jason Aaron, who's a writer, Mahmoud Assar, and Gerardo Safino are the artists. Of course, Assad Rivich did a cover here. The beautiful cover, I have to say. So I only did pick up volume 1. I haven't picked up any more volumes of this. I wanted volume 1. But it's still, nice artwork. So they did Conan the Barbarian. They also followed sort of the tradition and did the Savage Sword of Conan. So this is Alex Ross artwork on the cover here. Get the spine. And you get the back here. Now, they also did a black and white version of this. So this is exactly the same. It's only this is black and white, and you see the cover is different. But I'm going to show the difference here. I'm going to show you. I'm going to take a good page. This is a good page. Here you can see how the color really works for this page here. We're going to compare it to the black and white version. So you can see the difference. Here we go. So here you have the two comparison, the color and the black and white. And here, I've talked about this a lot of times when I've done these comic book overviews, is when it comes to black and white, this type of paper, which is the glossy paper, does not really fit for black and white. It really doesn't enhance the black and white. When you have the newspaper paper quality, it really helps and enhances the black and white. Glossy paper helps the color. It really does. It makes the color shine, obviously. So the black and white, it doesn't work to me, but it's fun that they decided to do this. They only did it for the first volume. They didn't continue to do the other volumes. Let's see if we can find some other like really cool page that can really show. I wanted something that really shows, like, here we go. This is a cool, pretty cool, like action-filled page. Let's see if we can find it here. You can pretty much see the way it looks, right? Oh, here we go. You can see the comparison here, right? Yeah, so it's pretty cool that they, or actually really cool that they came out with the Savage Sword of Conan in black and white, because the original Savage Sword of Conan was in black and white, and I showed that in the previous video. I have the 2 omnibuses. So before we get into the big section here, I also have this. This is one of the miniseries that Dark Horse released, Conan and the Songs of the Dead. So it's John R. Lansdale and Timothy Truman. That's the creative team of this book. This is pretty nice artwork. Timothy Truman is a really nice artist. He does good work. Yeah, I've always been such a fan of Conan. I think he's just great. He's a great character, obviously created by Robert E. Howard back in the olden days, sort of say. Yeah, so that's a good one. We also have something that is related to Conan in the Conan universe, sort of say, and that of course is Kull, King Kull. This is the Chronicles of Kull, Volume 5, Dead Men of the Deep, and other stories. We have John Buscema, Ellen Zelenitz, Charles Vess, John Bolton, and others. So this was just a random volume that I picked up. This is a series that is long out of print. Obviously, they don't have the license anymore, but I was just happy to have 1 volume of it. So it covers issues 3, 2 through 10 of Call the Con. Oh, this. Okay, this reprints Call the Conqueror, Volume 3, issues 3 through 10. There we go. Let's just take a look at it. See if we can see when it doesn't say the year this came out. I would say, let's see if we can see it here. I would say the 70s, 80s. Yeah, it looks like 83, 84, 85. So early 80s, obviously. Early to mid 80s. It's a cover by Michael Golden. Yeah, it's a nice starting image here. I like the coloring here. They have not recolored, they've remastered the colors. And they've not like painted new colors over it. I think that's something, when companies like Marvel and DC recolor their books, I don't like it because it takes away these original old colors. can really destroy the old colors and destroy the artwork in my mind, to me anyway. So yeah, it's all part of the Cole, you know, the Conan universe. So that's Cole. And I also have these big books they released at the same time. So this is Savage Sword of Conan, volume 20. This was another one that I just picked up at random. Another one that is way out of print, unfortunately. This series, this ran for, I don't know if it ran for almost 30 volumes, something like that. So these are like the Marvel Essentials or the DC Showcases. So almost 600 pages. You get a lot of comic in this one. You get a lot of comic for a good price. This was 20 bucks at the time. I don't know what these go for today, but here we have some of the table of content. Some of the creators, you know, go Roy Thomas, you got John Buscema, Ernie Chan, yeah, a lot of here. So this is all great Savage Sword of Conan. And what I liked about these type of volumes is also when it comes to Marvel Essentials and DC Showcase, that you get a lot of comics, or you got a lot of comics for a cheap price. And because all the essentials, and I do have, you've seen my Punisher Essentials, and I do have a few more essentials, is that when these, because they're all in black and white, you always get to see the good artwork, the line work, and it's this is the good paper quality. It's not the glossy paper, it's the papers quality. So this black and white art really works in a good way. It really shines compared to the glossy artwork we saw and that I showed you before. And this is good artwork, right? This is really, really nice stuff. Here we go, get some good artwork. I'm gonna compare this black and white artwork to this black and white artwork. I mean, this is so much better to me. It's yeah, no comparison. This is quite amazing artwork. So there's a lot of volumes of this. Now, I also have, they also released 2 volumes of the Savage Sword of Cole. This is volume 2. This is volume 1. So they released only 2 volumes, and I have both of these. Fortunately, I've been able to, here we see what they collect as well. You have selections from Savage Tales 2, Savage Sword of Conan 1, 2, 3, 7, 9, 24, 23, 34, 42, 43, 55, 119 through 122, 124 through 127, Conan the Barbarians 1 through 3, Savage Sword of Conan Annual 1, Marvel Preview 19, and Bizarre Adventures 26. That's because Cole really didn't have his own title. He was in the Conan books, obviously. Here you have the table of contents, all that good stuff. So you see it's from all the way from 1973. And then you get into it. So these are the stories that are features Cole the Conqueror. Yeah, the one thing is the black can really get black, really heavy, but it works for me. The only thing missing is that we don't have the covers in color, but still works for me. Solomon Kane was also involved in this Conan universe, and Marvel did release a Solomon Kane omnibus, which, yeah, I would have loved to have that one as well, of course, but I don't. I do think this is great artwork here. Almost a little bit Frank Frazetta-like. I think when a lot of people think of Conan and artwork, they think of Frank Frazetta and his Barbarian artwork. That is volume 1. Here's volume 2. Yeah, you can see how what it collects here. I'm not going to tell you all of that, but still a lot of pages. A lot of Savage Sword and Cull. So here we go from 1990 up until 1995. It just continues here. All great stuff. I just really adore this black and white artwork. Over the years, I've become much more fan of black and white than color. Seriously. Okay, well, let's get into the big ones. And that's the Conan from Dark Horse. This is Conan, Born on the Battlefield. This is volume 0. So the first volume, we have Kurt Busiek and Greg Ruth. These are thick. These are heavy books because the pages are very thick. The cover is thick. The pages are thick as well. I love that. It's great quality. Let me get this. Beautiful artwork here. Greg Ruth is a great artist. I previously only have one book with Greg Ruth, and that is Freaks of the Heartland. I have that in a beautiful hardcover, which I truly recommend. It's a beautiful book. He's doing the artwork along with Steve Niles, just writing on that book. But man, this is beautiful, huh? Absolutely stunning artwork to me. So that is volume 0. Then obviously we have volume 1, Conan and the Frost Giant's Daughter and Other Stories. So we have Kurt Busiek writing again, but now we have Kerry Nord doing the artwork. Now, when I started picking up these books, I didn't start with volume 0. I'm actually going to come to the volume that I picked up eventually, where I started, because the first book I picked up, I had no idea. I just picked up a random volume. I ordered a random volume, and then I realized, hey, this is not volume 1. I didn't even know that it was a volume. I thought it was just a Conan book, because I wanted to get into Conan. This was about, I would say 20 years ago now. Yeah, pretty much 20 years ago. Here's volume 2. You have the same creative team, Kerry Nord and Kurt Busiek. So this is Conan, the God in the Bowl, and Other Stories. Get the back here. course, you have the Dark Horse logo. Dark Horse is a great company. Okay, volume 3. Still the same creative team. So we have Conan, The Tower of the Elephant, and other stories. And of course, the back. So the artwork here is more, oops, there was some nudity. We know how sensitive YouTube can be. The artwork here is more roundish, sort of say. It's not the hard edges and stuff like that. But I still like this. It's, man, the pages are so thick. You think it's 2 pages, but it's 1. Great, great, great stuff. Volume 4 is Conan, Hall of the Dead, and other stories. And here we got some more. We got Kurt Busiek, the great Mike Mignola, Timothy Truman, and Cary Nord. Of course, Mike Mignola was mainly, I should say, known for Hellboy. But he's done a lot of other great stuff, including the great Doctor Doom and Doctor Strange, Triumph of Torment, which is a great graphic novel. I recommend everyone highly to read that one. Triumph and Torment. Yeah, that's a great one. Such great artwork in that one. Since it's so many volumes, I can't go through all of them just too much. Here we go, volume 5. So this is Conan, Rogues in the House and Other Stories. Now we get Timothy Truman, Cary Nord, and Tomas Cordello. Oh, Giordello, I'm sorry. Giorello, I'm sorry. Tomas Giorello. I'm really sorry, I can't pronounce the names. I have bad vision. Still very clean and nice artwork here. Right. I have not read these books in a long time, so I really can't tell you the stories that they're about. But here we have volume 6, Conan, The Hand of Nergal. Got Timothy Truman and Tomas Giorello. Very, very nice artwork. It's very European artwork. It's so different from any other, American style artwork you'll ever see. That's one of the reasons I really enjoy this. This is so much better than any other stuff you'll see. So now we're getting to the first volume I ever picked up, so volume 7. So this is Conan, Cimmeria. So we have Timothy Truman, Tomas Giorello, Richard Corbin, and Jose Villarueva. This was the first one I picked up, volume 7. I had no idea it was volume 7. To me, it was just Conan, Cimmeria. great opening pages there. Some really nice artwork here as well. Yeah, this is all really great stuff. That's volume 7. Volume 8, Conan, Black Colossus. We have Truman, Giorello, and Villanueva. So this is 22 volumes in total, so I can't go through every one just page by page, you know. Just going to show you the artwork in these books. Because it's just beautiful artwork. At the end, I'm going to show you how they look in the bookcase. So up to volume 9 now. Here we have Conan, the Free Companions. Truman, now we have Joe Kubert, Giorello, and Villanueva. Here we have some of the Kubert artwork. You can really, oh, fortunately this book has spinous. The gluing here has dropped. That's sad. So I'm not going to show too much of that because this book is damaged, fortunately. The glue spinous. Here we have volume 10 though. This is the Conan, Iron Shadows, In the Moon, and Other Stories. We still have Truman, Giordello, we got Derek Robertson, and Jose Villanueva. So we're halfway. Volume 10. The cover though is beautiful itself. Oops, there you can hear. The thing about glued spines is when the glue finally sort of dries out, this is the sort of thing that can happen. These books are old. These are almost 20 years old, so it's still in marvelous condition, right? Artwork is so nice. So that's volume 10. Volume 11 is Conan, Road of Kings. Now we have some new people here. We got Roy Thomas is back for Conan stuff. We got Mike Hawthorne, John Lucas, Dave Stewart, and Dan Jackson. Volume 11, Dark Horse logo. The back, these cost. These were 20 bucks. So these cost 20 bucks as much as these cost. These 600 pages volumes. These are obviously more high quality. They're thicker pages, and they are glossy, but they're not, you know, that heavy gloss that Marvel and DC tend to have in their books. So it's much better, much better. Much better quality overall. It's just a higher quality book overall. And as I said, these books are heavy, damn heavy books. Volume 12, that's Conan, Throne of Aquilonia. We got Thomas Hawthorne. Then we got also Dan Panosian, John Lucas, and Dan Jackson. That's a nice image right there. Oh, that's cool. can see the artwork shifting a bit here. So, time for volume 13. Conan, Queen of the Black Coast, which is a classic Conan story. We got Brian Wood now, who I adore. I think he's a great writer. It also got Becky Cloonan, James Herron, and Dave Stewart. I think Brian Wood is such a great writer, and I have lots of his books that he has written. Unfortunately, he doesn't do much writing these days. He did a lot of stuff for Dark Horse. Yeah, Queen of the Black Coast is a classic Conan story that's been told and redone several times, so many times. And it's a great story. This has some nice artwork to it as well. Volume 13. Okay, we're up now to volume 14, and here is where I started getting the hardcovers, because at first I only got these soft covers, these trades, but in the end it became hardcovers. So I have about half of them in soft cover and half of them in trade. So here's volume 14. This is Conan the Death. We still got Brian Wood, we got Declan Shelby, Vasilis Lodos, Becky Cloonan, and Dave Stewart. These hardcovers cost $25. Don't think there's anything inside here. No, it's just, but I like this. This is just simple and clean. Here we get a whole view of Samaria, right? That's cool. I'm also thinking that I'm going to do a sort of subsidiary episode with like more sword and sandal and Viking related comics, because I do have a bunch of those. So I think I'm going to do that video in sort of the same realm. Let me know what you think about that, if you want to see another video like that, talking about related stuff. That's volume 14. We have volume 15. This is Conan, The Nightmare of the Shallows. So we got Brian Wood, Davide Gianaflese, Mirko Cholak, Andrea Mutti, Pierluigi Barassini, and Dave Stewart. I'm sorry if I butchered these names. You can blame me later. Looks a bit like Electra. That's volume 14. Get the view of Samaria again. Declan Shelby and Andrea Moody are great creators as well, writers and artists at the peak. Get some really nice artwork here. Volume 14. Volume 15. Conan, Song of Belit. So, Brian Wood, Paolo Azaceta, Ricardo Burcelli, Leonardo Fernandez, and Dave Stewart. Yeah, no, it's actually volume 16. I'm sorry. Am I actually, oh, this was, yeah, 13, no, 14, 15, 16. Man, yeah, it's way too many volumes, right? Made way too many books for me to keep up. Still very nice artwork. The type of artwork that I really like. This is this type, you know, it's more edgy, it's not as round, even though the round artwork is really beautiful. This is great stuff as well. Volume 17, Conan, Shadows of Kush. So now we got Fred Van Lente, Brian Ching, Eduardo Francisco, and Michael Etier. Michael Etier. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce that name correctly. So new creator team, but you see, the creators kept on for a long time. Brian Wood was on for a bunch of books there for quite a long time, which is nice. I love how they open with that map scenario all the time. So obviously now you see how the artwork changes because we got a new artist. Volume 18, Conan, the Damned Horde. You got Fred Van Lente, Brian Ching, and Michael Etier. Now you can really see how the artwork has changed. It's a striking image. Volume 19, Conan, Xuthal of the Dusk. So we got Van Lente, Guillo Villanova, Brian Ching, and Michael Etier. See the map again. Yeah, the gutter loss here, it isn't too bad, you know, it doesn't take away too much. You can see the artwork has changed again. It's still nice. That's volume 19. Now for volume 20. The final volume is Conan, A Witch Shall Be Born. So we got Fred Van Lente, Brian Ching, Jose Luis, Andy Cohns, and Michael Etier. Now, I don't know if they still have these books in print. I know that Dark Horse released a gigantic omnibus, and I think actually Marvel did reprint pretty much all of these in omnibus forms as well, if you want to get them. But I'm really happy that I have these like original volumes, so to say. That's 20 volumes. When this series ended in the 20 volumes, they came out with Conan the Slayer, 2 volumes of Conan the Slayer. You had Colin Bunn, Sergio Davia, and Michael Atiyeh again for 2 volumes, Conan the Slayer. I think, let's see, is this volume 1 perhaps? I think. It doesn't say, right? Well, let's just, I think this is volume 1. Yeah, the cover art is by the great Liber Mago. That is awesome. Let's go through this as well. Cover here was by Prolan Gardner. So when right before they lost their license to Marvel, they also released this very thick and very freaking heavy book called the Conan Reader, which has pretty much all the miniseries they released. You know, they had this big entire series, but they also had a ton of miniseries, like this one, Songs of the Dead. And then they decided to do a big one. Here we have, of course, Robert E. Howard himself, Conan. So they decided to do all the miniseries in one very, very thick, very fucking heavy volume. Jesus, this is a heavy one. This is a big one. Yep, almost 700 pages. So this was about 30 bucks. Man, this is really heavy. You can hear it when I drop it, right? Okay, here we go. Some of the content. We have People of the Black Circle, The Jewels of Gawalur, Songs of the Dead, Book of Thoth, The Daughters of Medora, Helm, Seeds of Empire, The Bloodstained Crown, Storyteller, Tower of Tara Teth, Island of No Return. And we got some short stories, Conan's Favorite Joke, Trophy, Kiss of the Undead, and Children of the Sun. Then finally we have a gallery. The creative teams, as you can see here, is so many names. So many great people have worked on this book, on these books. So yeah, this is an incredibly thick book. It's almost 700 pages, like an omnibus. You're gonna get a lot of different artwork, but you're gonna get a lot of Conan. All the stuff you want. Towards the end here, oh, oops. Let's take a look at some of the gallery here. Man. Here we have Savage Sword Conan. You can see there's at least 22 volumes. Chronicles Conan was at least 34 volumes. And here we have different omnibuses. It's a great gallery of just great artwork of Conan. Thin pages. Conan, the Jewels, and the Jewels of Gwalar. Gwalar. And that's it. And I'm going to show you how it looks on the shelves. Here we go. So here's going to see how it looks like on the shelf. All 20 volumes. The Reader and this Conan the Slayer. So that's my Conan collection. Yeah, I hope you liked it. I hope you really enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think about Conan the Barbarian overall? What do you think about this collection? And would you like to do a subsidiary with like Romans and Vikings and other type of that genre? Let me know in the comments what you think about this video series. And I have other plans, of course. And well, let the conversation get started. Give me a thumb up if you like the video, and maybe a possible subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.